Welcome to tutorial number 2 of the 5-paragraph essay, Creating an Outline. So the outline that you'll wind up creating today looks very similar to this outline. And again, I've color-coded everything so that you will understand that where you see the red, the yellow, and the green will coincide with the red, the yellow, and the green that you made when you chose your topic. Remember, you chose a topic and you chose 3 basic subtopics that could reinforce your topic and your choice of statement. So now we're going to look at the outline. And I think it's particularly much easier if you begin with the middle. Sounds strange, but it's very difficult to write a thesis sentence until you have decided what is going to go into the middle of your essay. And so now the red, the yellow, and the green is what you'll want to put here. So let's continue with the idea of the football points. And perhaps the first way of scoring points in the football is with a touchdown. Well, now you want to think of 2 ways or 2 points that you can support about making points by scoring a touchdown in football. So you want to put your red topic there, 2 points at least that support it, but please, more points are fine. If you have 3 or 4 ways to discuss that topic, 3 subtopics of that topic, well then definitely put a C and a D there. Same thing with your yellow and your green. So take a few moments to do that, and once you've done that, then come up here and write your thesis sentence. And your thesis sentence should be a complete sentence, and we'll go over this in a moment, encompassing a little bit from each one of these. That's why there's a little red dot, a little yellow dot, a little green dot. And then finally your conclusion. Although I put the colors in the same order, it's not as important that they stay in the same order. You can mention the yellow one first, and then the red one, and then the green one, any order you want to for the conclusion. But the introduction is a formula. The red comes first, the yellow comes second, the green comes third. So let's talk a little more about what these things are, topic sentences and thesis sentence. So first let's talk about the thesis sentence. Your introduction introduces your topic, and you give a little bit of background information. Sometimes that background information will sound best if perhaps you start with an interesting fact or a statistic. By the way, if you do that, you should cite that. Perhaps an interesting statement. Directly related to your topic, of course. And lastly, perhaps a thought-provoking question. So when it comes to writing your background information, your first sentence, having one of these methods is probably a good idea. Then you need a thesis statement, and your thesis statement is your paper boiled down into one specific sentence. One sentence. For example, we had our colors in order, red, yellow, green, right? It should have 3 points specifically laid out in the order you want to discuss them. For example, dogs are great pets because. So what I'm stating, the thing that I can argue, or you can argue with me, or my opinion is that dogs are great pets. That's my opinion. And I'm going to prove that to you by showing you that they help their owners get exercise, they're loyal, and they are friendly. Now, you know, as I do, that my first body paragraph is red, and my first body paragraph is going to be all about how they help their owners get exercise. My second body paragraph is yellow, and it's going to be all about how the dogs are loyal. And then lastly, my third body paragraph is how dogs are friendly. And then this states that also. And then finally, you should be able to transition smoothly between your paragraphs. So make your points make sense in the order, in some logical order. Like I wouldn't discuss something more basic about owning a dog last. Definitely some sort of progressive order. So next is your topic sentence. We talked about a thesis sentence, which is your whole paper boiled down to one sentence. One sentence. Here's a sample thesis statement. So now we have a topic sentence. And you'll see that your topic sentence is the first sentence in your outline for each of the body paragraphs. See? Topic sentence for first body paragraph. So now we need to talk about the topic sentence. So just like the thesis statement, your topic sentence is your whole paragraph boiled down to one sentence. Not your paper, this time it's your paragraph. So if your first paragraph is about dogs need to be taken for walks, or dogs giving their owners exercise, well now I know that, okay, dogs need to be taken for walks. They provide a fun, safe way for owners to get exercise. So now in my paragraph, I now have at least 3 things that I'm going to write about. This is my topic sentence, and I'm going to write about the fact that they need to be taken for walks, and it's a fun way to get exercise, and it's a safe way to get exercise. So now that we have a thesis and our first topic sentence, what comes next? So the points that come below it, these are your supporting facts concerning your topic. And I think for this one it's the yellow. So the 2, at least, points that you use in each of your body paragraphs should support the topic sentence of your paragraph, and thus your thesis as well. For example, if you wanted to give 2 supporting points about dogs being loyal, you could talk about how dogs can protect their owners, and about how dogs will love their owners no matter what. So there's your 2 points below dogs being loyal. So 2 sentences about each one of these should be sufficient. And when you pick your points, make sure that they really support your topic, that they should be relevant. Lastly is the conclusion. And again, you're not expected to write all this now, you're expected to be able to do the outline. So your conclusion should do just what it says, conclude. It can get a little tricky though. You should not introduce new information. That's a really important point. Do not introduce new information into your conclusion. If you've not talked about it before the conclusion, then don't use it. Also, don't copy and paste parts from your paper. A lot of students think that, oh, I'm just supposed to rediscuss the stuff in my paper. Yeah, but if you're writing the same thing the exact same way you wrote it in the paper, it's not nearly as interesting. You need to wrap up your ideas, but say them in a new way. Readers don't want to read the same sentences over. They want you to remind them of what you've been saying and what your point is, but in new words. So don't just wrap up with, dogs make great pets because they help their owners get exercise, they're loyal, and they're friendly. If I say that, I've already said that in my thesis statement. Instead, I can revamp it a little bit and make it more interesting. People ought to consider getting dogs. Not only are dogs loving, caring, and loyal, but they are good with people and provide a healthy pastime for their owners. Do I have everything in there that I was hoping to have? I have to have something about dogs getting exercise. A healthy pastime sounds like exercise. About dogs being loyal. People ought to loving, caring, and loyal. And there's loyal. And about dogs being friendly. Well, I would suggest that loving and caring is part of friendly. So notice I have my red, my yellow, and my green again in my conclusion. And now you, at this point, should be able to construct your own outline. It should look similar to this one, and feel free to highlight to keep yourself organized. It's a great way to stay organized. Stay tuned for tutorial number 3.